The report is about the threats and challenges what water brings us in the future. In the near future, the problem and the challenge is about excessive rainfall and all the problems what we find in our daily lives with it. In the future what farther away, we see the climate change and the sea level rising becoming more and more a problem. And in the future, not more farther away, we see that drought going to be a big issue, and I think that will be the biggest challenge of all, how you cope with that. Because we already see in the southern part of Europe, but also in large places in the world, that it's becoming more and more dry and with all the problems. So how do we get fresh water available for people? In the near future, we see that the sea level rising is going to be a big problem. If I may give an example, in Holland we found out that we cannot enlarge our dikes. We cannot make them bigger and bigger and bigger because they collapse under their own weight. So we started in a new way of thinking, building with nature. That's a new way of thinking, and that is what I try to describe in my report. That the old system, the way of system thinking, blueprint thinking we call that in Holland, is not enough anymore for the future. And that's why I call in my report, I plead for adaptive policy, so that we have an answer on this ever-changing and uncertain future. And I think adaptive policy gives us this flexibility and gives us more tools for the future. Also in consideration that geologically Europe is not the same. We have coastal regions which have other problems than mountain regions. And that is why you need a flexible policy approach.